An MC stuck in a room between a girl he really likes and one where he has yet to define. In a game where he must reveal his true feelings for which heroine he must commit to, it only makes sense that in front of all of his friends, he chooses. For this video, we're going to be covering Blue Box episode 23, Guru Guru. Even though this episode is called Spinning, it's actually an episode that represents a moment of clarity for Taiki. So let's hop right into the recap. IMA's unintended magic just got Taiki to pull a card that requires him to answer the question that we have all been wanting him to say out loud. As the b-ball bestie Nagisa and Captain Nishida are sitting there in blissful ignorance to await Inomata's plot-altering words. The person that Taiki likes is... he likes Yusa.
Oh hell nah, not my man.
Taiki is out here dreaming about another girl's future man. This is the love triangle we didn't ask for, but one that will end in a smash. Kyo and Ayame make eye contact, and it's the kind of eye contact that screams,
Wow,
he just covered for his boy.
and I kinda like that.
This is why the bestie sidekick archetype can never lose. He is the underappreciated that is always there when you need him. Coach comes in to break up this mixer. He ain't trying to get fired for some teenager's hormones going out of control. Taiki thanks Kyo for stepping in before ruining the best moment in the story. It was a situation that no one would have taken seriously. If I was Taiki, I would have said I like Nagisa to make things really weird and chaotic. But Taiki is a mid-MC that took the question very seriously, and Kyo sensed just that, as Taiki is actually on the fence about the question. His feelings for Chinatsu has never wavered and is one that is well defined, like literally since episode 1. But maybe, just maybe, there is something magical about Hina that is making him change his mind? If we were to take Taiki's situation with Hina seriously, a girl that you've been friends with for a while and that she just confessed to you, she is also a person that you see almost every single day of the week, and a person that is always there kind of teasing you that she likes him. Whether you end up liking the girl or not, it is a weird situation to be in. And it's natural for Taiki to feel weird about the situation. So you know what that means. A harem. Alright, just kidding. I've used that joke before. But if you have to think about whether or not you like this person for this long and this hard, maybe you just don't really like the person. And there's no other better example than Chinatsu. That is the most natural example of a person that he actually likes, that he never had to think this hard about. It's a new day, and Inomata is a new man that must get girls off of his mind so he can get to smashing Yusa to get the nationals. Good luck with that, because what is that? It's Hina's. Taiki takes the bag and rushes up to catch to the bus before it's long gone to give Hina her stuff. It's almost exactly what a boyfriend would do for their girlfriend. As Taiki runs back to the badminton team, it is not before he crosses path with the douchebag running alongside his Chinatsu. As the #1 IMA defender in the Blue Box community, I would like to continue to point out that she's actually taking this badminton manager role seriously, as this is one of her redeeming attributes. It's another episode where she makes sure all the boys are really getting a training of their lifetime to help them improve, while also providing support during their recovery in between. She tries to get the boys to slow their roll, but Nishida believes that mealtime is war. She then points out that the boys' basketball team's behavior says differently, as the D-bag is sitting with our MC's future girl. I'm with the Nishida hate. Screw that guy. But Haru can't hate a guy that be hooking him up with stuff to make things more awkward for our MC. And with Ayame assuming that Chinatsu likes this hunk of a guy, she tells him that they actually look good together. But like any stoic man, our MC can't show that he's bothered. Chinatsu crosses path with Taiki and pulls his shirt like that one time to ask him about his boo-boo on his elbow. Like a klutz, he fell. And so she pulls out an act of kindness, some may say an act of love, to put an adhesive over his elbow and writes words of encouragement capitalized with an image of a water bottle, apparently a boar. NTR comes calling for Chinatsu, and Taiki realizes who she's running back to and shows maybe a face of jealousy. The badminton team ends up crossing paths with the basketball teams, and Taiki is wondering where Chinatsu went. She is such a
Bakemono.
that she continued running alone, which naturally makes him worried. But to make the situation worse, Matsuoka opens up his D-bag that we call a mouth to patronize our MC as a
fan
of Natsu. Nagisa points out that Kazuma is acting like he's Chinatsu's boyfriend or something. That's the punchable face of a guy that wants it to be a reality. Matsuoka walks away, still patronizing our boy like they are alike in any way when he compares himself to when he was younger to liking an upperclassman. This is another sneaky scene to show how much Taiki just naturally likes Chinatsu. Without question, Matsuoka makes it seem like Taiki's love for Chinatsu is just admiration, but there is no doubt in his mind how he feels, which makes the next scene even more clear for who our boy is literally chasing after. Hina comes looking for Taiki, but Taiki is out running after Chinatsu because he is worried about a girl running out late at night. It's not like he's stalking her or anything. As he runs, he works through his feelings. Yes, he might actually be seeing Hina as a girl, which makes his decision to actually give her a decision that much harder. But that's where his thoughts over defining his definition of love, what that really means. Not once can your boy actually say he likes her, but for Chinatsu, she is someone that he admires and wants to be by her side. He is literally chasing after her. Which leads to Taiki to Chinatsu, carrying an old lady that hurt her leg. Together with Taiki, they take this cute little grandma back to her place. But before they do, now this is very important, Taiki is having a moment with himself and puts on this goofy looking face. We just witnessed an analogy of Hina chasing after Taiki, where he's nowhere to be found, just for Taiki to go chasing after the girl he knows he 100% likes without a shadow of a doubt, just to put on this goofy looking face to show how much in love he is when he finds Chinatsu. To me, this is quite frankly the face of realization. After getting back to the old lady's place, they thank Chinatsu and her boyfriend. But your boy vehemently denies like that seems like a boyfriend thing to do, to go out looking for your girlfriend late at night because you're worried. Taiki instantly regrets denying this boyfriend thing so viciously, with Chinatsu looking at the perplexed Taiki. There's nothing like some more mixed signals to try to confuse each other, but Chinatsu seems to notice that actions speak louder than words. That Taiki went out of his way to go look for her. The old man can't let these two teenagers run out in the woods late at night. We're not trying to turn this wholesome story into a murder mystery. So he takes them back to the hotel with Taiki, just staring at Chinatsu's side profile like a weirdo. Or is it some more realization? As they make it back to the hotel, they give each other the customary
Oyasumi.
with Chinatsu walking away, but stopping to turn around to possibly say something very, very important. But by the time Taiki notices, she continues walking back to her room. Do you guys feel that? Our nipples are getting harder. We're getting closer to an attack.
Do you mean smash?
Ayame is out here displaying her controversial flirtatious behavior as if a girl can't just naturally cheer on a guy platonically for encouragement. What kind of guy doesn't like a single girl cheering you on even if it's not romantically charged? But this is a girl's superpower, but a guy like Muraoka can't help but feel some type of way when getting a girl's attention. Ayame is objectively amazed at Taiki's form, but subjectively,
You says better.
the rhythmic gymnastics team comes in to sneak a peek, and Taiki makes the joke that Hina forgot something again, but Hina retorts. After the gymnastics team heads out, Nina tells Hina that she's happy that Hina got to see Taiki. But Hina is over here trying to play coy, but the entire world knows exactly how she feels. Nina is like many others like Ayame that think that Taiki and Hina should have started going out like a long time ago. In order for the story to advance, she suggests that the campfire legend about confessing your feelings in front of the bonfire, like, make that a reality. But Hina dismisses these dumb legends as if it has any real truth to it. It flashes back to all the pivotal moments between Taiki and herself. What Hina wants is an answer from Taiki when he actually falls for her. Imagine at the beginning of this episode, like, that would have been the big climactic moment. That would have been a big letdown. So timing does matter in these romantic situations. But story-wise, unfortunately, we are in the same situation where it feels like it's been forever in this situation. But after a couple episodes of getting sidetracked with Ayame, this episode gives us that sense of progress. This episode actually gives away when Taiki has his moment of clarity, which leads us to believe that he might know what to do next. About time. The way that this episode went parallels the exact situation that Taiki is in. And it all culminated where Taiki was out in the woods running towards Chinatsu, with Hina behind the scenes trying to find Taiki. This entire story has been just that. Hina chasing Taiki, but Taiki is out here chasing Chinatsu. By the time that Taiki runs into Chinatsu in the woods, with that goofy looking face, that is his moment of clarity, his realization. He has quickly defined for us what it means for him to like Chinatsu and why he wants to be with her. Compared to Hina, where he never says he likes her. Yes, he might see her as a girl now, but not once he's like, you know what, I want to be with her. That might not be like a very good explanation, but love works in weird ways. Do you want to be with someone that you naturally like, or do you want to convince yourself that you like someone? That is Taiki's situation. So obviously he naturally likes Chinatsu, as physically his body is going towards Chinatsu. When it comes to Kazuma and Ayame, a couple of things become clear for what role that they'll play, at least in this arc. Matsuoka clearly likes Chinatsu, and so if we were in his position, wouldn't you actually try to dismiss Taiki? Like, you're trying to court this girl, so any other guy that in any way seems like a threat, you're gonna play them down. But when the shoe is flipped in Taiki's situation, you're gonna hate the exact person that Matsuoka is. He is Taiki's #1 threat because he is the most blatant that is chasing after Chinatsu as well. This is a natural rivalry that guys and girls go through. This is a battle that we all know that's happening, that's layered underneath, that doesn't happen outwardly, but is happening underneath, where you know that they're fighting for her affection, but they're just not outright saying it to each other, that they're fighting over this girl. For Ayame, she continues to show why she's a controversial character. She's a flirt that toys with other boys' feelings. Girls have that power, and some girls are oblivious to that. But not Ayame, and that is an aspect of her personality that will soon be criticized, as like in any story, nothing is wasted. There's almost a meaning to everything. At the same time, she legitimately acts like a manager that is trying to help all the boys improve at their badminton. Even though she joined the badminton team as their manager to try to get closer to Yusa, at the end of the day, she is still there and she's not quitting. So that is a characteristic that is generally universally positive. Yet again, on the flip side, she's trying to manipulate on the sidelines, indirectly, this Chinatsu and Matsuoka ship. And one thing about her that's not completely making everyone hate her, she isn't necessarily selfishly, directly telling them that they need to get together and trying to confess for them. She's kind of doing everything indirect. So ultimately, it is still on Taiki, Hina, and Chinatsu to confess to each other or force whatever romance that potentially is there. Or not. Like what Kyo said about Ayame starting to fit in, this is exactly how we are starting to feel about Ayame as a character, as she is naturally fitting in as just a member of the cast. But that doesn't mean that she won't necessarily be the most polarizing character of all Blue Box. I honestly can't wait for these last 2 episodes I think for us that read the manga, we know what's gonna happen in this next episode. But episode 25, how the finale is gonna be for the season, is gonna be interesting. What the heck is gonna happen in episode 25? So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in these next 2 episodes, how they're gonna handle this, because there's a lot that kind of happens. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Blue Box. Do you guys agree with me in my takes with IMA and how this relationship is shaping between Taiki, Hina, and Chinatsu? Do you guys see the parallels within the plot that I'm seeing? Is this a moment of clarity? I would love to know. And do me a favor, guys, hit the like button if you like chaos, and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Check out my blog at otakusen.com, and I appreciate you guys watching it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Shoo.